Day to be alive. Thank you very much for watching the church today. Lee Syatt, what's happening, little brother?
I almost just died, bro. Okay.
Fuck it. I gave him a vapor pen of death with some Girl Scout cookies in there. God damn, this motherfucker. Oh, shit. Here's a little something for you guys on a Monday morning. Just so you don't sit there like an orphan. Delicious. And nutritious. Little vapor. My lungs are back. I'm making a fucking comeback. What's up, dog? Where you been? I haven't seen you. We don't.
I know it's been almost 12 hours.
I know. We had some fucking heavy duty podcasts the last couple of days. I want to thank Miss Pat. I want to thank Al Robles. I want to thank Gabriel Iglesias for making a fucking special appearance. That was huge. I've been thinking about that for a few days, about Gabriel and how, you know, they called out of the blue and he went out of his way to come up here. You know, he's a guy that doesn't need to do shit. Do you understand me, people? He don't need to do shit. And there's a lot of other fucking comics that never want to do shit. And this guy's got one of the biggest things happening in his career that any comic could have in their career, releasing a movie, a concert movie and a film. And he came up here, you know, he ate a little piece of cookie with us. He treated me with respect.
Yeah, he was very nice.
And I love him to death. I really, really, really love Gabriel. I'm very proud of what's happening from him, and I love what's happening from him. And that's what it's all about. We told the story of the bloggy. A lot of people had never heard that or knew that Gabriel gave me that bloggy, and I had the energy from Gabriel. I wanted to do something good with it. And look at me and Lee are still hanging out 4 years later, smoking dope. I'm still trying to kill Lee.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, that vape! I don't know what happened.
It just went in like fully into my lungs, and I was fucked.
And it magnifies. It doubles in there a little bit sometimes. That's what they said with like Thai weed and hash. That when you hit it, it doubled in your lungs. That's why you went fucking bananas. So.
Oh my god!
But you were looking good. You were red. Your eyeballs were red. I loved it. His fucking eyeball looked like it was gonna pop out of his head.
It was like an HBO comedy special. I've never seen you laugh harder.
Oh my god! Plus he ate a little bit of Chibo Chew. We opened up. I want to thank Chibo Chew for putting back the fucking Green Hornet in production. As you can see, we just ate it like a savage. It's over.
Yeah.
It's a fucking memory, Jack.
Oh, I watched the video of that Al Robles podcast. I was pretty much asleep, and you called me like the next day. You're like, "Don't worry, dog. I was just as high as you were." And I was like, "How were you fucking?" Oh.
Let me tell you something. Those I forget what So Kind cookies.
Okay.
That they sell over at NoHo Organic. The So Kind. The 200 milligrams, and they have 200 milligram what do you call it? Fudge.
Oh, okay.
You get 3 pieces of fucking fudge for $10. I guarantee one of those pieces could kill somebody. If you really wanted to kill somebody, just give. I'm telling you, I'm not even trying to be funny. That cookie is one of the strongest fucking things out there. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells you. You're talking about the fucking man here. You're talking about this is what I do. I'm not proud of it, but this is what the gap I fell into. And if I'm going to stand behind something, I'm telling you right now, the So Kind cookie will take you to places you've never fucking been before. I see spots at night when I go on stage some nights.
Yeah.
Spots. I see fucking spots in the fucking air.
I thought I was going crazy.
I ate a half a cookie the other night, and I was in Salt Lake City, and I saw spots Friday night on the fucking stage, okay? I'm not fucking with you people. So Kind cookies. If you get, I don't know who makes them. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what they put in them. I hope it's LSD. And that's it. Salt Lake City, off the fucking chain.
That's awesome.
Again, Duncan Trussell got a standing ovation the second show. He was so fucking funny this weekend, Duncan
really?
Trussell.
I've never got to see him live.
Listen, man, it's a fucking freak show. It's stand-up meets performance art meets this other shit, which I can't describe. I mean, his bits were great, you know, but he does this chant with incense on stage, and then Little Hobo looks like fucking Joe Rogan when he was a kid. The new Little Hobo, he's bald, he looks just like Joe Rogan. And that's what happened the first night. I was high. I'm watching him on stage. I turn around to get water. I turn back, and there's this little Hobo Joe Rogan looking doll on his fucking thing. I go, wait, you know, and you could see he got better and better with the sets, you know, like it was just something about Salt Lake City, man. If you've ever been there, it's a beautiful fucking place.
I've heard.
I mean, fucking just beautiful.
Were you in like the main part of the like center of the city?
Just the places where I've been to. I've been to like Ogden. I've been to Provo. I've been to like Park City years ago. You know, this is 2 years in a row. I've been to Salt Lake City, and just from what I've seen, and the people are fucking warm. The people are fucking. It's got a communistic ting to it. You know, people are very low key, and you understand.
Were there a lot of Mormons who came to your show?
Yeah, Mormons came to my fucking show. You crazy? No, they don't fucking come to my show. They stay home and fuck their 19 wives, whatever the fuck they do. But they're very warm. They party, you know. I didn't know. I'm used to going by the bar and talking to people after the show.
Right.
And I couldn't figure out where the bar was. And I went out there at one night because the owner's like, you have too many people you have too many people at the bar area. You can't really go out there because it's too small. You got to go outside. So we had to wait toward the very end to go out, and there'd be like 10 people left just to talk to and take pictures.
Oh, okay.
And finally I go, where the fuck is the bar? There ain't no fucking bar. They have a little room with beers. That's it. They sell beer. 3-2 beer. That's it. No liquor. No vodka tonics.
Really?
So I had never been there before. So I'm really sorry. I thought I'd just go out to the bar and talk to them, but they were all crunched up. It really wasn't no bar. It was just a hallway.
Oh.
It was just a hallway. So Duncan goes to the bar Saturday and he calls me and he goes, Doc, this is the weirdest thing. I ordered a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't sell it to me unless I got an appetizer or a dish, something to eat.
Whoa.
And he goes, he understood it that it was 3.2. It's and to me, it didn't bother me whatsoever. Everything all right over there, Lee?
I'm hearing that buzz.
Maybe it's that fucking Chiba Chew.
Maybe it is.
Cocksucker. It wasn't that, you just feel something. You feel something that people aren't saying. Something, you know. Like but the interesting was, the shows, the fucking people were crazy. I mean, the people that show up to these Death Squad shows are just fucking out of their mind, okay?
Oh, yeah.
They're out of their fucking minds. And I love it, and I love them. Even club owners. Club owners can't handle it sometimes. Like, who the fuck are these people? These are real people. These are people who don't give a fuck. These are people who work all week, want to smoke some fucking reefer, and they want to yell and scream, and I feel it. I don't give a fuck what they do.
So was it a better show because there weren't that many drunk people?
No, who's got talking about that? It was just a good show.
No, but I know it was a good show.
People always gonna get drunk. 3.2 beer. If you listen, if you get 10 people and you give them all fucking 10 beers and 5 of them aren't, they're still gonna get fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Just something about hanging with other people and that energy. You know what I'm saying? That whole energy. So that part of it was really sensational. But you do feel that people are well behaved.
Okay.
People are under control. Like when you go to the mall, the fucking mall was completely different than anything I've ever seen.
What was it like?
Just very controlled.
Okay.
Like everybody walked kind of militantly. I don't know, Lee. But I liked it.
You like
I
it?
would
Yeah.
go back twice a year there, and I would go back for the festival. I do all that shit.
That's awesome.
But I didn't know they only served beer till 1. 1 o'clock.
Wow.
Or alcohol till 1, you know. So there's little things, but that doesn't mean shit to me because I'm not going to go out drinking afterward anyway.
Oh, I know, yeah.
So, but besides that, it was all fucking good, man.
That's awesome.
I loved it. I fucking loved it, cocksucker. What else with you? Look at you. You
Nah,
got the wife this week. What movie did you go see?
We didn't see a movie. We were watching Orange is the New Black, which is it's interesting that you Miss Pat watched it because I always assume like who's gonna watch, like if you were in prison, why are you gonna watch a prison show? But yeah, we did that. I moved, which is great, and yeah.
You like this new place? This is
Yeah.
the 80th fucking move.
Hopefully it's the last one.
Okay, and this place it's a 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
And you got a living room like a savage.
Yeah,
you
like
got
a
your
savage.
wife. You got a little dining area.
A little bit, not much. So she got mad at me because my couches are too big. I have a dining room table, but it's like kind of pushed up against the wall in the back. And she was like, "When we move in together, we're gonna have like a nice like a whole dining room area." And I was like, "Jesus!" But it's funny. I already met my neighbors in this one, and you ever catch yourself and you're being negative, and it was the first night I moved in, and the neighbor on each side of me had already introduced himself, and I met a neighbor from downstairs, and they were talking shit about this one neighbor, and I came back into my apartment after I'd done like the 80th trip to my car, and I was like feeling negative. I was like, oh God, I'm already talking to these neighbors. I don't want to talk to anybody. But then I was like, wait, I left my last place because the neighbor wouldn't talk to me, and lied saying I was hitting his car. Why am I upset that people are being nice to me and saying hi? So I have to be like, wait, it's not that bad. It's a nice old lady, and there's a lady who I don't know what happened, but she doesn't have any legs, so she just rolls around on a wheelchair. And I thought of you immediately, but it was just, I don't know. Do you ever catch yourself being negative about something like you should be happy? It's like the opposite of what you hated.
It's like when you're watching a sporting event. You're in a green room or something, and the club owner tries to be very nice, and he keeps coming in, asking you, "Can I get you something?" After a while, you feel like saying, "Fucking don't come back in here," but you can't. All the dude is trying to do is be a sweetheart of a guy and offer you something.
And then if you went to a club and the club owner never showed up,
then you get pissed anyway. It's weird how I catch myself a lot. I catch myself going, "What the fuck am I mad about? This guy's trying to go out of his way, or what the fuck am I mad about this situation?"
Yeah.
Because you always go into a situation, at least I do, very hesitant sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's a bad way to go in a situation. You have to be more open-minded. But living up here in fucking fake land, you got to go into these things like, where's the shoe going to fucking drop? You know, and it's a bad way to go into something. It really is. You know, it's funny. When I wake up on Mondays, a lot of people ask me, "Hey, man, where do you get your energy from?" or whatever. You know what, man? When I wake up on Mondays, like, I went to bed last night. As soon as this podcast finished with Miss Pat last night about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I had to go fill up my wife's tank with gas for work today. I went home. There was a parking spot. I basically went upstairs. She was watching something. I went in there, threw on some decaf. I mean, this was I washed my hands.
Yeah.
I made a few notes in the notebook. I went out. I got my coffee. I spoke to her for maybe 10 minutes. And she goes, "I'm going to bed." And I go, "I'm right behind you."
Yeah, because I got home at like 10 and I called and you were out.
Gone. And I fell asleep. And I woke up at 12:30. I had eaten a bunch of fucking cantaloupe. And I woke up at 12:30 and I must have pissed for 10 fucking minutes. And I looked at the clock. I didn't know. I go, it's 3 in the morning and I'm going to be awake now because I just pissed for 10 minutes. I looked at the clock and it was 10 to 12.
Wow.
And I already felt good. Like I felt refreshed. I went right back to bed and slept till fucking 3. Got up again to pee. I was a little thirsty. I drank a little water and I went right back to fucking bed. I got up to the alarm this morning. I mean, usually on a Monday morning, I get up before the fucking alarm. The alarm woke me up this morning. And I tell you, man, I felt dynamite this morning.
Really?
Great. Yeah. Guys, I have one really bad hitch, and you guys know what it is. It's no sleep. I'll go to bed at 11. I'm walking around at fucking 5, and that's not good. That keeps weight on. It doesn't, you don't get the proper rest, So I've been trying lately to really, really go to bed, save 2 hours. Listen, at night, I don't do dick, guys. I could lie to you and tell you I'm trying to write. I'm trying to write, and I make different notes and stuff. But when I wake up the next morning, it's not really what I wanted to write. So those 2 hours are defeating the purpose. Why not just tap out and go to fucking sleep? Tap out. Yeah. I want to be normal. I like to fucking stay up late, guys. I love to smoke a fucking vapor and maybe drink a hot chocolate and stay up. Whatever the fuck people do, normal people do, and stay up until TV till 2 and watch Letterman. I wish I could. I wish I fucking could. I would do it every night. I love all that shit.
You're basically Thursday through Sunday are kind of crazy. Like when I went to Austin, I experienced it because we wake up early for this, and then you take the fucking early fucking flight. So you're on the road by 4 a.m. usually, and then you can't sleep on Friday because you have to do radio. You can kind of sleep on Saturday, but then Sunday you're up at 3 in the morning again.
Your body's. And the good thing is, after Governors this week, I don't have to go to LAX the rest of the summer.
Oh shit!
I don't have to go to LAX till September 27th, unless they put me on that crazy tour in August or whatever's going to happen. I don't know about my knee surgery yet because it actually feels good. I've been resting it lately.
Okay.
Like these 3 days I went to Utah, I didn't work out. I didn't do nothing. Jiu-jitsu was so fucking rough last week. I went to jiu-jitsu twice last week. And I went Tuesday and Thursday. Usually I try to spread them out. And it was so fucking rough on me. Like, it's not even the out of shape or the being... Yeah, it's being fat. But it's it's so rough when you go back to back. Like, my body couldn't... I did kettlebells and I walked on Monday. I went to jiu-jitsu on Tuesday. Wednesday, I just walked with the baby. I took a carriage and walked all around to North Hollywood Park and up. And I walked to the fucking 7-Eleven. That's like a 2-mile walk. I walked pushing her. Mm-hmm. Then Thursday, I went to jiu-jitsu for lunch. And I gotta fucking tell you, man, Friday, I was done. Like Thursday night, I could feel my back locking up a little bit, When I go to jiu-jitsu, that morning class, that Tuesday, it's like, I guess it's like a basic jiu-jitsu class, but we do a lot of warm-ups, a lot of rolls, front rolls, fucking judo rolls, which I can't do, I just try. A lot of butterfly, fucking guard retention shit. Then we drill, then he teaches something, and you drill it, and you teach us 3 different things. And you drill different variations. Tuesday, I didn't roll. I had to get the fuck out of there. I had a 3 o'clock meeting. I stayed till like 2:20. The class started at 12:30. Thursday, I actually rolled with a big kid. They got this big kid, 25 years old. His name is Joe. Mm-hmm. He's Puerto Rican. Big fucking kid. He fucked me up. Oh, he fucked me up. He fucked me up so bad I was trying to hip escape, and I fucked up my toe. I thought I was broken. When I pushed it, I'm like, oh no. And I've got to tell you, it's a little sore. So today I think I'm just going to go to the elliptical and fucking hit the bag, or maybe go to kettlebell class. I'll decide when I go home. I didn't answer emails, so that's what I didn't do last night.
Oh, okay.
I didn't answer emails. I was going to try to answer emails, but I went to the park. I went to the park with the baby. So, but I'll tell you what puts me in a good fuck. Yesterday, when I got home, something happened with it. The kitchen was burning. I got home and Terry, something happened in the oven.
Okay.
And the shower, and I came out and I yelled at Terry. Terry got upset because I yelled. I go, what the fuck? There's a fire in my house. I've been home 4 fucking minutes. And already I'm agitated. You know, once I get off the plane, I take a shower because those planes are fucking filthy.
Yeah.
And something happened that I went in and I caught Superbad. My favorite cat got caught in the little gate, the baby gate.
Okay.
You know, he didn't cry or anything. I looked down. I'm like, Superbad, what the fuck are you doing? And then I pulled him out, and he went loose. And a couple minutes later, he was crying. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And I got under there, and I pulled him out, and I touched him to make sure he didn't break something. And I go, what happened to him? I go, my wife goes, I just think he was scared, you know. And this morning I got up, and again, he was not hiding, but he was behind one of the pillars. So I had to pull the thing out this morning, and I grabbed him, and I had to sit with him and hug him. I didn't know if he was mad at me. I didn't know what it was. But just sitting there with my cat and just hugging him for a few minutes and telling him I love him put me in a fucking great mood.
Yeah.
Because when I went out at 3 to get something to drink, I didn't see him. I usually see him. And I went to bed, and I go, what the fuck is Superbad? God damn it. You know, maybe he got cracked. Maybe he thought I was yelling at him. I wasn't yelling at him. I was yelling at my wife. I'm like, what the fuck? Is the house fucking burning? And when I went out to go into the little gate, he got caught in the gate. And I think he thought that I was yelling at him or whatever. I don't know. You know, Superbad's as sensitive as I am. So I picked him up and I hugged him and I told him I loved him this morning. I had to sit with him for like 10 minutes. And it was just really nice. And all the cats came over.
Yeah.
It was 5 in the morning. There I am sitting on the floor. And I'm supposed to be on the computer tweeting. And here I am with these babies on me, and I'm hugging them, and I'm thinking to myself, how fucking lucky am I? I got stinky cats on me. Some people, I used to wake up and have nothing on me. I'd be by myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I got these guys that love me unconditionally, these fucking animals, you know? And you think of how simple and how stupid it is, but how good it made me feel.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a new man over that this morning. I didn't wake up in a bad mood or anything. I'm just saying that I was in a good mood. But hugging Superbad for a couple minutes and having Lulu come over, and Lulu came over and bit his tail. So right away he's like looking at her, and I'm like, this is like having fucking kids. It's just cats, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just a really good morning. Sometimes you don't know how lucky you are when you have an animal, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, sometimes. And I know you want to get a dog. You've been thinking about it now with this new apartment. But
They won't. They're supposedly not going to let me, but some people have them. But I would love to get something. The dog just has so much. It relies on you for so much that I feel bad about the time. I wish I wasn't allergic to cats, but what are you gonna do?
you're not that allergic to cat anyway.
Well, I go to your place, and your place is nice, but you guys clean out a lot. Like every time I'm over there, I see the vacuum once, and it's just. I'm not home that much, and I know me. I probably let it go, and who knows? Maybe I'll get something.
It's funny. We were talking about working out. I got I got 2 interesting call-out emails the last couple weeks, you know. People want to hear answers, you know, and and it's sometimes people get rude about shit.
Yeah, I got a lot of that this week.
And I get pissed off at people, but usually sometimes people hit me up and they go, hey man, this is totally out of love and respect. I listen to your podcast. And they break it down. I've been listening to since day one when you told Felicia the story about this. So I think I bought your shirt, whatever. And they'll go, I think I have a right to talk to you about this.
The difference for me is I got I maybe it's one guy. If I go to your Twitter and you're saying nice things to people, I'm like, okay, he means it well. There's some people, like there's this one guy this week who, when you go to his page, it was either a new page, which means he made it because I blocked him, or it was he's going down every list of every comic, saying something bad about everybody.
Right.
So that pissed me off. But most of them are right. It's just like you got to start doing it. And I did. I took a walk with Paul this weekend, and she was like, "Look at your back," and my back was like, it was my shirt was drenched. I had to take a shower. But it's
oh no, there's people out there that they just want to ruin somebody else's fucking day.
Yeah.
And the worst thing I do is I always fall into their trap. I always call them a cocksucker or whatever, when all you should just do is block them.
But what you can do now is it's called mute, so that they can tweet away at you and you just don't see it. That's what I did.
I don't give a fuck what they do. It's just pretty funny how there's people who get up in one morning, make time to make a fake page.
Yeah.
And they go to you, they go to 20,000 people. You see it when you look at that thing. Hey, Buffer, why don't you go fuck yourself?
Yeah.
Hey, Dana White, you're a cunt. Hey, Joe Rogan, fuck you. And you look at them and go, really? So you took the time to build the page to be a fucking little faggot. This is what society's created, for you to be a little sneaky little fuck and be cute and insult people. You got to feel bad for that.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all anymore.
But then you have the people that go, Lee, I love you like a brother. You know, I've been watching the podcast for a year. I was with you when you juiced.
Yeah.
Those people you have to listen to.
Yeah.
And this guy, no. This guy just said that he thinks that whatever my dieting was, it's not working. That he's been listening to the podcast. He's a doctor. He's a chiropractor. And his friend turned him on to the podcast about 9 months ago when we had a doctor on here. And he's been listening to it. And he says that he sees my work ethic. And he goes, I think you're working too hard for the results that you're getting. Mm-hmm. He goes, I think you should re-listen to you should re-look at your diet again. So I actually did what he told me. I got a notebook out again. And it's basically Weight Watchers. And he goes, just for 2 weeks, be as honest and as brutal as you can and write down everything you ate and take a look at it at the end of the day. And also write down what you did for a workout, which is basically Weight Watchers. That's what Weight Watchers, it makes you claim responsibility for what you're eating.
Okay.
Now you look at it at the end of the day. And I tell you what, man, it was pretty fucking scary.
Really?
To be honest, to be very brutally honest. And what's going on in my house is, yes, there's no more sodas and there's no more breads and there's no more big extravagant meals, okay? But there's a child in the house now. Mm-hmm. So there's all these little snacks and treats. And you usually put one in your mouth here, one in your mouth there, one in your mouth here. Those things add up.
Yeah.
Okay? Plus, sometimes, yes, I'm eating a fucking piece of fish, but it's 15 ounces of fish. The diet calls for 7 ounces of fish. Mm-hmm. So I'm eating double the amount. Even though it's healthy, you know what I'm saying, and you're having a salad with it, it's double the, you know, there was just little things I wasn't looking at in my diet. That he's right. Listen, when I started this thing, I was 418 pounds. And I neglected diet. I just went in and worked out. And then somebody said, you should tighten up your diet. It's okay. I didn't drink fucking 6 Cokes anymore. I drank 2 Cokes and 1 Diet Coke. And I actually lost weight with minimal workout, hitting the bag, and boxing. That's all I was doing then, and swimming. That's all I was doing. My wife was introducing me to yoga a little bit, but for the most part, I lost 100 and something pounds by boxing, by getting in front of a heavy bag every day and just hitting it for 30 minutes. And a certain rhythm. It was just a rhythm. Bam, bam, keep moving. And it started with 3 minutes and went up to 6 minutes, went up to 9 minutes. And then I would either get on a bicycle or the treadmill. Mm-hmm. And that's how I started. And then the other day I would swim for 45 minutes. And that's what I would do. I would just get in the pool and kick.
That's where you lost the weight, probably.
Yeah, I kick, and then on the way back I pulled. Okay. And then after a couple times I put them together. I put the whole breaststroke together, you know, and that's how I did it. And I stuck to weight. I didn't know. At that time, there was no Weight Watchers. I was just hitting the bag, blah, blah, blah. Instead of eating 3 eggs with a loaf of bread, I was eating 3 eggs with 3 pieces of toast. You know, little things like that. I still didn't know about Weight Watchers. And I was just about to tap out. I didn't know what to do. I said, fuck it. This is not going to work. This ain't going to work. I'm wasting my time. I'm 40-something. I'm going to the gym 3 times a week. You mean all this work and I've lost fucking 6 pounds? Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
You're like, all this fucking work and all I lost is 6 fucking pounds. And then I read this article like a week before Christmas about how we're confused, that we could exercise all we want, but unless we change our diet, nothing's going to happen. And I decided to go to Weight Watchers, and it was fucking brilliant, guys. It really was brilliant. I caught it. I understood life is like county jail. You got to eat like you're in the county jail, you know? Mm-hmm. When you go to county jail, they give you 1 fucking little piece of meatloaf, you know? And it works. You make it fucking work for you.
Yeah.
When I'm home, I eat, you know, my wife makes meatloaf, so I'll eat a piece of meatloaf with a salad. First off, meatloaf is like fucking horrible. It's fattening as fuck. It's got 8 points per piece. But because I'm not eating the mashed potatoes and the green corn and the fucking cornbread, I think I could eat a bigger piece. Mm-hmm. So it's just little things like that I wasn't looking at. That he was right, man. By the way, while we're talking about good food, I'm going to tell you something about bad food. So there's a little Mexican place on Coldwater and Riverside, and it's called Pete's. I've been going there for a long time. Haven't you been there with me? The little Mexican joint in the corner window?
Maybe.
Very healthy. Very healthy. Jerry Rocha turned me on to it. And it's very healthy in there. The singer from the Foo Fighters goes in there a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, you guys talking there.
Oh, shit.
Good morning.
Good morning, my love. It's Dr. Tanya.
How are you today?
Good, my love. What's happening? How was the graduation?
Graduation is a time of mixed emotions, and you will know what I'm talking about sooner than later. You go from you can't wait till they get out of the house because they're driving you crazy to crying because you're going to miss them. And that happens like in 5 minutes, going from loving them to hating them and loving them again. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Lots of happy tears.
Is she gone already?
She's gone. She is at Beach Week, and I know after we graduated high school, we went to, the Jersey Shore for a few days, and these kids go to Ocean City, Maryland for about a week, and I have to say it's probably just one big drunk fest, so I'm trying not to think about it too much, but she's a good kid, and she's out there stretching her wings a little bit.
Tanya Messina, let me tell you something. That's funny you said that. So when you graduated the 8th grade, what year did you graduate? 70, 81?
80.
80.
From McKinley School.
And who was your 8th grade teacher?
Wally Lindsley.
Was he still the mayor then?
He was the mayor and my 8th grade teacher. And I'm not going to say too much more about that. you know what his deal is.
Yeah. No, I remember he got indicted and stuff. He was a great guy. I loved Wally Lindsley. Where'd he take you for fucking the 8th grade trip? Where'd you guys go?
Well, he took us down the shore. He took us to his beach house, believe it or not. We all went for the day down to, I don't know where it was, Long Beach Island or something. I don't know what was it wasn't an official, school trip. I can't imagine it was, but we went on a school bus. And we had a lot of fun. Too much fun for 8th grade.
It's funny because in the 8th grade we went to Philadelphia and Betsy Ross's house and all that shit. Remember, you all do that? And the Nutcracker Suite. I went there with your sister and all those clowns. We took a bus, and on the way back, we stopped at Callahan's. And that's the winter trip. That's the big winter trip. And then for the summer trip, they went somewhere where there was water. I like to say, what's the place in Jackson, New Jersey? Great Adventure?
Oh, Great Adventure. Great Adventure.
That's where I think they went for the day. But you guys went down a shore, overnight type trip? Fuck, we got gypped.
No, it wasn't overnight. It was definitely like a beach house, on a lagoon. It must have been his house. And I just remember hanging out on the dock and, sneaking a few cigarettes and stuff like that. So.
And you drank.
It must not have been a very educational school trip.
You drank in the 8th grade.
I did.
Yeah,
I did. I learned from the best.
Let me ask you something. Was he still hanging around with a guy named Turk Jordan then when you were in the 8th grade? Do you remember?
I remember him hanging out with the cheerleading coach, Miss Sesto. That's what I remember.
The cute little chubby girl?
No. She was little tiny girl with the big rack.
Yes,
cheerleading coach.
And she used to hang out with Gina Giaccona.
Exactly.
Everybody thought her and Gina were levying it up. That's right, yeah. Miss Sesta. I didn't know what was happening, but he used to have the guy that did all his cleanup work was a guy with a wig. His name was Turk Jordan. He was a really creepy-looking guy. And he took me, Chucky McBreen, and Whitey O'Donnell to a basketball game, and he got into a fist fight. That's fucking craziness that it was the mayor's aide. He was the mayor's aide at the time. I don't know if you ever met him or not. It doesn't really matter. Who gives a fuck?
I don't think I did. But talking about McKinley School, Coco, I want to tell you that your listeners have a really soft place in my heart. Because after I was on your show last time, my blog had the best week ever. I mean, tons and tons of your listeners came to my site, and I very much appreciate that. So I gave them a little treat today. On my site today is a story about how we met in McKinley School, and it's a funny story. So if they want to learn more, an early story about Uncle Joey, they should check it out today.
Thank you, Tanya. You're a fucking
And I don't know if you remember how we met, so you might need to read it too.
I don't remember, Tanya Messina. I do not fucking remember. I remember a lot.
I was little. I was
days.
in 4th grade.
Yeah, because I was 2 or 3 years older than you.
Right, right. And you came into my classroom. That's all I'm going to say. You have to read to find out the rest.
Okay. No, it's very interesting. I've been talking to you lately, and it's bringing back a lot of memories from that neighborhood. The reason why I didn't go on the 8th grade trip, to be honest with you, it was the year Anthony died. So I was already done. I said, you know what? I'm not going on that class. And I registered for a 5-star basketball camp. And it was a long snow year, so we went to school a lot longer. We didn't graduate till later on. But I'm really happy that you called, because we were talking about something that some guy wrote me a note, and we were talking about how when you get in shape, that it's a lot more, dieting than going out there and running hills, like to lose the fucking weight. So I'm happy that you called. What do you have for us today, Dr. Tanya, on our health?
Well, we'll definitely talk about the weight loss thing if you want, for sure. But I also want to just give you a couple little blurbs about childbirth. And, it might not be something that your listeners are dying to hear about, but there's something very troubling that's happening. And either your listeners are parents, or they're going to someday be parents. And I feel very passionately about this, that the U.S., United States, this just came out literally in the beginning of May this year. We're the only country in the entire world whose maternal mortality rates are increasing. What that means in real language is that mothers are dying giving birth in this country, and that those rates are increasing only in this country. Everywhere else in the whole entire world, fewer mothers are dying in childbirth. In this country, more mothers are dying in childbirth.
And what is the result? What is the reason? What are they saying?
It's crazy. They're saying, that because we're having babies at later ages here, and because we have such bad diets and little exercise, so that kind of ties into your reader's question, that we're sicker going into childbirth. I personally happen to think that another factor is that we are medicalizing birth. Birth is not brain surgery. Birth is a natural process that doesn't really need anybody to help it. Women can literally squat and have a baby. But in this country, because you can make money off it, and you can put them in a sterile hospital room and make it a procedure, and you can control it. We like to do that. And I think the more you mess with it, the worse it is. Out of 46 countries that are industrialized, people that have a really good healthcare system, where do you think we are on the list? If one is the healthiest and 46 has the worst. And that's overall health.
35th.
Yeah, we're 31st, so you're close. But that's a travesty. I mean, don't you think that we have more literally we have more hospitals, more doctors, more research and development than any place else in the world, and there are 30 countries that are healthier than us? We're doing something really terribly wrong, Coco, and it's very disheartening to me, because I see it every day in my office. I see these people come in and they're sick, and I see these moms come in and they're getting cesarean sections. 35% of moms have cesarean sections. That's horrific, because only 10% should be having them. So I have a really hard time with that. We're on par. Guess who we're on par with health-wise for maternal mortality? We have the same rate as Iran and Afghanistan. So if you told your wife, I want you to be in the best place to have a baby, you're going to send her to Iran and Afghanistan? Or you want her to be someplace where mamas are not dying? I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
That is fucking crazy. I'll tell you, one of the scariest parts of my life was when my wife was recently pregnant. That was one of the scariest phases, because I knew 1,000 things could go wrong. I have a belief that nothing was going to go wrong, but I was very scared for her, especially at her age. I had gone online and read about childbirth at women over 40, and I had to fucking shut the computer off. I started bawling. It changed.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you have to. So I didn't know that this mortality rate with women. And is it because, you also mentioned that women aren't as healthy going in.
Right, because number one, they say we're older, and also, to your readers, and the guy who wrote you in, to his point, we're heavy, we're sedentary, we're not active, our diets are crap, and this is a very physical activity. Labor means work, right? It's work pushing the baby out. Did your wife push your baby out, or did she have a C-section?
My wife pushed it out.
So you saw that, right?
Yes, I didn't faint.
It's crazy, right?
It's fucking crazy. It is one of the craziest things you'll ever see, but one of the, I don't know. I want to say beautiful, but I don't want to sound cliche, but it's something that everybody should see one time. It's, when I had my first child, when I was 20-something, I just fucking passed out. I couldn't handle it. And now I know why I passed out. I didn't pass out because of my fears. I passed out because something didn't, I don't know. I didn't see the beauty in it. When Terry had the child, I was in a better place with my life, and I handled it. You know, the only thing, I saw a little bucket with blood, and I kind of freaked out. But I looked at her. And I saw her transformation right in front of my fucking eyes, like the Wolfman, with no 3D or 6G or none of that shit. It was, I don't know. I don't want to sound like one of those fucking guys, but I saw something different in that room.
I think that's a beautiful thing, that number one, that you felt it, and number two, that you can say that, because a lot of guys think it's, you know, oh, no big deal, it's macho. It's no macho bullshit. You are seeing it. You're seeing your wife's power in that moment. That's her power. That is what she was meant to do.
It's, I hate to say that. I fucking hate to say that. I hate that statement, Tanya Messina, but I got to tell you something. I feel it myself, because I know Terry. I knew Terry for 12 years before that. There's times I have problems with Terry. You know why? Because Terry's a little like me. She's a fucking pain in the ass, and she's tough. You know, she'll say this wild shit to me. She'll say wild shit, you know, and it drives me fucking crazy. But then again, I say wild shit. But ever since she's had this child, I saw what she was put on this planet to do. Like, when she was working all those weeks and working full time, I had to sit her down and go, look, man, I'm looking at it from the outside in. You're fucking defeating the purpose. You have no idea what you're confusing here. I go, you've put away money. I go on the road. Sit at home. I don't give a fuck. To her, it was a different thing. It was like a different monster. And now I see her. Her hair looks different. Her eyes look different. You know, it's an amazing transformation to see a woman become a woman. Like a fucking woman. Like, to see why whoever the fuck put her on this planet, the Indians, the Martians, God, the Jewish guy, what the woman was meant to really kind of do. And I know a lot of women are going to hit me back and go, Joey, I don't want to have kids. How can you say something like that? No, I'm telling you, when it came to my wife, oh my God, I saw who the fuck she became in 10 fucking seconds.
Yeah, you're right, and I love listening to you talk like that, because I see it. I've been with, probably 100 patients as they give birth, and I cry my eyes out every time, because it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I think the medical system in this country, unfortunately, takes that away from a lot of women when we slice them and dice them. And I know that some women need C-sections. I get a lot of hate mail because of this, and I'm okay with that, because this is a really important subject. 10% of women, actually 5 to 10% of women need a C-section for emergency reasons. But in this country, we give 35% of the women C-sections. And when you do that because it's inconvenient, or because the doctor, has better skills with C-section than delivering them vaginally, you're taking that moment away from women. You don't get that high. You don't get that transformation in that moment when you cut a baby out.
But I'm going to tell you something.
And it's tough.
I'm going to tell you something, Tanya Messina. And partly, it's the woman who's giving birth's fault also, because they turned childbirth into a fucking wedding. See, I went through childbirth in L.A. with my wife, and my wife is like me. She's no nonsense. She just wanted to spit the kid out. She was 42. I went to the doctor's meetings with her. I went to those little group meetings where you spin a fucking ball around and all that shit. But I also went through that with my ex-wife in Boulder. Now, Boulder has all these fucking Gentiles. So you could either have the child at the hospital, or you could have the child at the childbirthing center. And at the childbirthing center, it's natural. There's Indians playing the violin. People wash your feet. They're eating croissants. And the guy's name was Dr. Masoka. Dr. Masoka was 6'7", 290 pounds, from Brooklyn. He looked like a fucking gangster. And his wife, they were a combo team. All right? His wife was this beautiful little petite white woman. You looked at them and said, what the fuck happened here? But everybody went to Dr. Masoka because a woman was dying, a mother was giving birth, and she was dying on the hospital bed, and Masoka yelled at the staff and brought the lady back to life. So Masoka was like a no-nonsense, like, get the fuck up, bitch! Like he used to say shit to women, that women would stop going to him, and they felt insulted by him, but he had such a great reputation. Do you follow me? That they they would put up through it. Like my buddy called me one day. He's like, my fucking wife went to Masoka. My wife put on 40 pounds, and Masoka looked her in the face and said, it's okay, baby. I like my women a little heavy myself, right? If they fall, I can catch them. He was torturing women with those sayings, but he was so good. That was his reputation. He had saved a mom. on the bed. So he would always give you the birthing center, or you had the option of the hospital. My wife, who was a granola eating fucking Momo, picked the birthing center. Tanya Messina, she tapped out within 15 minutes.
Did she really?
They had to send her over to the hospital. Yeah, she went in there with the sandals on and the boudoir, that fucking woman that comes with you, and some spiritual advisor and some lady with gluten-free biscuits, and that shit ended in about 8 minutes. She was yelling and screaming. They had to give her an epidural block, and they took her to the main fucking hospital, and that was the end of that. She lost face. The hippies didn't want her ever again.
I have to say, it's tough. I mean, again, they call it labor for a reason. I walked around for 38 freaking hours with my first, no drugs, walked up and down the hallway in the birthing center, ate a whole freaking watermelon. Literally, I ate a whole watermelon when I was in labor with her, and I pushed her out standing up, right onto the floor.
Oh, my God. No drugs?
No drugs. So she was 38 hours, and my second one was an hour. So I kind of averaged out, 18 hours, 19 hours.
My wife this time went in Sunday at 1, and she had the baby Tuesday at like 7 in the morning, but it wasn't like all pushing and whatever. We just sat there and watched TV, and we bullshitted, and I left for 4 hours, and I went and got high and came back and talked to her some more.
Now let me tell you what it's like. I'm gonna walk you through a little exercise here, Coco. What it's like to have a baby in a hospital bed with an epidural. So I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna put you on your back. I'm gonna put your feet up in the air in those stirrup things. I'm gonna make you numb from the waist down, and then I'm gonna tell you to take a poop. Is that gonna be easy? Is that gonna be hard?
That's gonna be fucking disgusting.
Right. It is going to be disgusting, but you can't even imagine taking a poop on demand when you can't even feel yourself from the waist down, right?
No, it's fucking
That's what it's
terrible.
like to push a baby out when you're laying on your back with an epidural.
And you don't feel nothing?
Nothing. And people say I'm crazy for walking around and having a baby standing up or squatting down. It's like, well, pushing a baby out, Coco, this is the bottom line. Pushing a baby out is just like taking the biggest crap of your life.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's disgusting.
Yeah, and if you're numb from the waist down, it's hard to know how to push and how long to push and when not to push and all that stuff. So, when you're numb, that's why a lot of these women start needing interventions. They start needing those forceps and that vacuum thing. Have you seen the vacuum thing? They pull the baby out.
No, and I don't want to fucking see it either. I don't want to fucking see a vacuum. I saw the spoons when they give you the stork bite to the head and they suck.
Yeah, that's the forceps.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the vacuum thing is they literally put a suction cup. They go up your wife's vagina, and they put a suction cup on the baby's head really tight. And then the doctor leans back with all his muscle and pulls the baby out.
Jesus,
you think that's good for the baby?
And that's why kids have pointy ears when you see those little Martian-looking motherfuckers. Like Mike Ciccarelli. I think Darren Rager even had a pointy ear. God bless his soul.
I know, Darren, a little wrestler. Oh my God.
I was thinking, I'm doing Governors this weekend in Long Island, and
yeah, I saw that. Are you going for sure or not? You're not sure yet?
No, I'm leaving. I gotta go.
Oh.
I gotta go. It's Thursday, Good. Friday, Saturday. But it's funny. Regina Gordon's son is coming to see me. Regina
Good.
Gordon passed when she was 49. She died 2 years ago, and he hit me up on Facebook, and we've been kind of friends, on Facebook, and he hit me this week and he asked me if he could come see me, and I'm sitting here going, it's amazing, Tanya, that now I'm dealing with my friends I grew up with kids.
With their kids.
That's amazing, huh?
In the blink of an eye. And I bet in every city you perform, I bet you have someone that you know from North Bergen coming to those shows. Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much lately. They hit me up.
Whether it's a friend or a child or a spouse, some connection. I would imagine that's every show, because I know when I go see you, there's always someone there.
Yeah, there's an acquaintance or something. It's really weird that we're to that level in our lives where he's going to come and ask me about his mom. He's going to go, what was my mom like when she was growing up? Whatever. And it's just the weirdest thing. This phase of our lives we're going into. Your daughter graduated. Jesus, Tanya, it went fucking fast.
Blink of an eye, Coco, blink of an eye. I mean, I kissed her goodbye the other day going to beach week, and she's not coming home for a month. She goes from the beach in Maryland to the Cayman Islands. I want her life, right? She goes to the Cayman Island with her boyfriend and his family. And then, get this, she goes to Australia New Zealand, and Hawaii. So I'm not going to see her for a month. And, I'm so happy for her that she's confident and adventurous and she gets these great experiences. But I'm sad. Like, I love my kid. Moments I want to, wring her neck. But, of course, you love your kid. She's your life. She's your heart. And the fact that she's now basically launched, she's starting her own life right now. It's happy and it's sad.
I can't even fucking imagine. I think of us running around those woods and up and down to Union City, and we watch your girls back. We always watch you guys, and you think if our kids had to be in that situation, would you let your daughter run around North Bergen with us when we were kids, doing what you were doing at 13?
Oh my God, Coke! I remember following you guys up the hill by the cemetery, going to the what's the name of the store by the cemetery?
The Spick store. No, the Chinese store.
Yeah, exactly.
There was what was the Chinese
Dragon Grocery.
Dragon Grocery. I took Lee to Dragon Grocery. He's not there no more.
I know. I was like, how old are you in fifth grade? You're like 10, 11, 12 years old. Are you kidding me? I mean, going up the hill. I just my head spins with the memories of what hanging out the soccer field. Everyone's got a little something in their back pocket, whether it's a little booze or a little something else, and we were babies.
Would you let your daughter go out with us today if you knew? Would you let her in that environment? But look what you became from that neighborhood, Tanya. That's the other question. Part of who you are is from what we saw and learned in that little fucking 6 corners of the world.
In the woods,
Charles.
No, I know that. It makes you stronger because you have to be street smart, right? You have to be tough. And I definitely don't invalidate it. I think it definitely made me who I am today. It made me successful. It's all roads lead to today, 100%. But you wonder why. The sad part is the people that didn't make it out at all, or the people that didn't make it out successfully or happily. That's what makes me sad. Like, how come I think we have a great life. You out in LA, me here, and we have it all, right? We have family, we have health, we have beautiful kids, we have great friends, jobs we love. So we do have it all. We all live in the dream. But there are a lot of people that are where we're from, and they weren't so lucky.
Yeah, they got stuck. But guess what? I was stuck for years also, Tanya. Remember, I'm 51. Yeah. I was stuck for fucking 15 years. For 15 years, I was stuck on a drug and I had fear and I had confusion and anger. I had a lot of anger, and when you add the drugs to the fucking anger, that turns into so it took time. It takes time to work through things. I guess the best thing to say is that they never really work through things. That's the only way I could figure this out, how some people just get stuck, and some people do it in the beginning of their lives, and some people do it at the end of their lives. I don't get it. I don't understand. I could never, ever, ever again put a line of coke to my nose. Not just because I went through it already. I went to that state already. I went to that state. I visited. I took pictures. I bought souvenirs. I did everything. I went there already. I could never do a lot of the things. And when I hear of people our age still snorting coke in North Bergen, it kills me.
Yeah.
It kills me. It kills me about the reason why I was thinking about Regina. She used to date Kurt. Regina was a beautiful girl. She only dated Glenn Conti, Kurt, and Ed Connors. All those guys are 10s. Those are 10s. Those men were 10s. They could be on any cover of any fucking GQ. Glenn Conti, Kurt DiLorenzo in his heyday, and Eddie Connors, they could be on the cover of any magazine at any time. They just blew it.
Definitely.
They just blew it. I saw a picture of Eddie Connors on Facebook from 20 years ago. He looked like a Hollywood star. Do you know who that was, Eddie Connors?
Oh, definitely. Oh, for sure.
The fireman. He was a fireman. This guy looked like a fucking Hollywood star. That's who that Regina dated. And I think a guy like Kurt, who we were cousins with. We were family. I ate in his house. I lived in his house. He's MIA. How did that happen, Tanya?
I know. That breaks my heart. And he was like the brother I never had. And
he was our brother.
You try so hard to help someone, but you really can't. You can't rescue someone. They have to rescue themselves.
No. What happened there? This kid went to college. This kid made millions. This kid 30 years ago was on top of the world. To see a kid now that they say that doesn't have shoes. He walks around Florida with no shoes on.
It's heartbreaking.
It's
I don't know. Is it luck? What's the determining factor? We don't have to get all psychoanalytical, but is it a little bit of luck? Is it hard work? Is it just I don't know. But I'm
it's
grateful
luck,
for
hard work, and the stars definitely have to fucking align. But it's got to do with you. And you going one morning, you waking up and going, this doesn't work for me no more. This fucking doesn't work for me no more. I'm going to try this. That's what we were just talking about here. That I've been stuck between 300 and 309 for the last 90 days. Before that, I was at 316 fucking pounds. And I lost the weight after the testosterone. But for the last month, I'm a zigzag in between that. And some guy sent me an email saying that I should write down my diet again, like Weight Watchers. So I did it the last 2 weeks. And I looked at it and I saw what I was doing wrong. Yeah, I don't eat bread no more. And yeah, there's no soda in the house and I exercise. But my wife has a child now. We have a child and she's buying children's food there. So she started buying those fucking cheese puffs. Every time I walk by the counter, I eat 2 fucking cheese puffs. By the end of the day, you eat 16 cheese puffs. That's 300 fucking calories that you thought you walked off on the eucalyptical machine.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. Do you also finish the food on her plate? Because that doesn't, you think that doesn't
No,
count.
I don't eat
They
the baby's
like
plate. No, she eats all fucking non-whatever food. My wife gives her, like, food with no fucking flavor. She's starting off early into the Gentile world. The other day, I gave her Cuban rice and chicken with hot sauce. My wife had a heart attack, but she bit something hot, and then she started crying. My wife said, I don't know what the fuck happened. But no, and I'm trying to really, I got to go for this colonoscopy. Now you got me all scared. I got to fart, and they're going to turn the lights out and fucking put a camera up my asshole. But these are the things you got to do, Tanya, to make it to the next level. I want to live till I'm 70 now. I want to see this girl graduate high school.
Of course you do. No, and you have to do the right thing. The colonoscopy, don't be scared because you're in, la la land. They really do. It's nice medicine they give you. But I'm telling you,
where they give it to
you're going
you?
To not only fart yourself, you're going to hear everyone else's farts around you.
Where
they
give
start
you
coming out of the
medicine? Where do they give you the medicine? Do they give me intravenous?
They'll give you an IV, and it's like a twilight. So it's not general anesthesia, but you won't remember a darn thing. They say you have the best sleep of your life when you get a colonoscopy. It's only like 15 minutes, but you feel like you slept like 12 hours.
Yeah, but if you sleep, the camera's up your ass, and they see you there naked, your asshole's wide open. Listen, if you come over my house and you fall asleep, and I play with a camera up your asshole, and I know you're definitely gonna be asleep for 45 minutes, I'm gonna put other shit up your asshole. Not my dick, but maybe a Tic Tac. Who knows? I'm gonna have a good time with your asshole. What the fuck, Lee? What's happening over there? You got any questions for Dr. Tanya, Lee?
No, the childbirth thing was crazy because I remember you during that time. And you didn't kind of, I don't know if it hit you then or you just didn't want to talk about it, but like you were definitely more on edge during that time. And then after Mercy was born, you were like, yeah, I mean, I read that thing, I went crazy. Like thinking about that, like, and now it's kind of crazy because Mercy's such a beautiful girl. But when your wife comes to you at 43, is any part of you like it's not safe to have the kid?
I couldn't tell her that. There was no way I was going to tell her that it wasn't safe because I didn't even want it up in the universe. Right. I just went online to see if there was anything I could do to help her. Okay. Walk with her. If there was some different things I could do at the age of 40 with a woman, walk with her, go swimming with her, what I could do to help her out. And I saw all these negatives. And that's what put me on fucking edge. That's all it was. I'm sorry if I...
No, but it wasn't. It was just, it was interesting and... I mean, it's horrible to even think about, but I mean, because we had Miss Pat here last night who had a kid at 12. I can't imagine having a kid.
We had a lady here last night that had a kid at 12, Tanya.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking 12. And
2 by the time she was like 14.
Yeah, 2 by the time she was 14. By a 25-year-old dude.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. That's crazy. But would you ever think that women, like you think of women dying in childbirth, you think that's like the colonial days. You think that's like in Africa. No, people are dying in this country. Like I said, it's gone up 136% since 1990. That's crazy.
So is it because like there's complications during the C-section that wouldn't have been there during a natural childbirth? Is that most of it?
That's definitely, I won't say it's most of it. I don't want to give incorrect information, but, when the World Health Organization says that 5 to 10% of women need C-sections, and we're doing 36% of them, and the World Health Organization also says doing more than 15% does way more harm than good, yeah, that's one of the reasons why women are dying in childbirth. It also has to do with, again, being unhealthy going in. I mean, you can't have high blood pressure, diabetes, be obese, and push a baby out and not have a complication. So that definitely has an effect too. We're generally less healthy, but I think we interfere too much. Having a baby is not a medical procedure. It's natural. You should just let it happen. It doesn't need help. It just needs you to not interfere with it.
I mean, it's proven when the fucking taxi cab driver helps a woman have a baby. You know, you, every fucking day you read about a taxi cab, a cop, a fucking bum, a lady didn't make it. And she gets down, they get hot water, they get some towels, and the baby spits it out right there in the fucking cab. I mean, it happens all the time.
Well, I mean, it's easy for me to talk about because I've never come close to experiencing it. But it sounds kind of like what I know personally is the problem with me losing weight. It's like you want the easier way out, so it seems like maybe the women are saying, oh, I want the nicest, I don't want to feel anything, which I can understand why you wouldn't want to feel that coming out of you, but I mean, it seems kind of like there's no easy way around. You just gotta do it.
Now, what you're saying,
but these are the same women. I gotta say this. These are the women who say, I don't want to feel pain in childbirth, or I want to schedule a C-section so I'm numb and I know when it's going to happen. These are the same women who are getting friggin' Brazilian bikini waxes, walking around in like 6-inch heels, and doing triathlons. Those three things hurt like hell. Okay, but you don't want to push a baby out? Like, I don't get that. I call bullshit on that for sure.
Let me ask you this, because I'm looking at this from a different angle now. So let's say Terry went and had the baby naturally. Boom. Hospital, couple fucking people, they spit it out, one night stay. Comparison to cesarean, what's the difference in cost?
Approximately double to triple.
Okay, so there's your answer right there. So are the doctors, I'm going to tell you something. My wife mentioned it to me, cesarean. I know she mentioned it, and then she said no because her girlfriend had a cesarean. And the girlfriend that had the cesarean is a chick that is like a model type chick. She carries guns. You know, she's very at the gym every day, and she had a cesarean because she didn't want a scar. I don't know what the fuck the deal was. So you're absolutely right on the type of women that do it. She carries a piece. She's a model. She works out. You should have seen this girl at childbirth. She was ripped to shreds from working out. She went to the gym twice a day while she was pregnant. But she had the cesarean.
Yeah, and that's an elective cesarean. And again, I'm going to get hate mail, and you might too. I mean, people say, I needed the C-section. And if someone needs a C-section because their baby is in trouble or they're in trouble, that's what they're there for. I have no problem with that. And we're very blessed to have C-section to save a mommy and the baby. But when I'm talking that a doctor says, you know, a doctor doesn't want to get called at 6 o'clock on a Saturday night to go deliver a baby vaginally. Isn't it nicer to say, well, do your C-section on a Monday morning. This way, if you have any complications, I can see you Monday through Friday, and I have my weekend to myself. Now, I don't think they go through that calculated. But when you can control it and go, I got 4 patients that are due this week. You know, I'm going to be up all night. I'm not going to get sleep. My daughter's graduating. You think they don't want to do a C-section? You know, a scheduled planned cesarean? They do. Or even an induction where they put the mom into labor, you know, with drugs. They want to control it. People in hospitals like to control things. And when someone's dying of cancer, they should control things. When someone gets hit by a train, they should control things. When you're having a baby, step away.
Fucking Dr. Tanya on a Monday fucking morning, giving out rules. I like it, Tanya.
I got a few things to say about that, don't I?
I know. I like it. You have to work today or no? What's your schedule?
No, I work on Thursday mornings. That's when I see patients. And the rest of the week, I write on my blog, and I'm gonna openly solicit your listeners to go to my blog, drtanya.com, DRTANIA. Check me out. Read about Uncle Joey, the story about when I met you when I was in 4th grade. So I write every day. I go do yoga every day. I did yoga on the farm. My friend has a farm. I did it last night for an hour and a half. It was beautiful outside with the crickets. I take care of my kids and my husband. You know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I do the wife thing. I do the laundry, the cooking, the cleaning. And I have a nice, very balanced life. I'm very blessed. I get to see patients. I get to educate patients online. I get to take care of myself. Life is good.
I'll tell you, ever since I recommunicated with you, my life's been a little better. Your voice is very soothing, and Tanya Messina, not only did somebody hit me up the other day and tell me about that I should check out my diet again. Somebody hit me up 3 days ago and right off the bat said bluntly that you should get in touch with your daughter again. And I thought about you. And it's really weird that you called today because I didn't answer the email. I was going to talk to you about it because we had the discussion in the car that day and it really hit home with me. But I didn't want, when I left there, I didn't want you to think that I had given up or I hadn't hit her up in the last few years. like I said, I hit her up the last 3 years in a row. 2 were on her birthday, and 1 was before the school year. And I got no responses 3 years in a row. So I just moved on with my life.
No, you have to, because that's like banging your head against the wall, right? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. That's what insanity is. So you have to take care. You have a wife and a baby now. You got to love them. But I just having kids, and looking at your baby girl, that babies, girls need their daddies. And I just think that now that she's an adult, your daughter, that if there's some way that I could help you find her or her find you, that she's always thinking about you. I don't care what anyone says. Girls don't forget their dads. My dad was absent from my life for most of my life, and there wasn't a day went by that I didn't think about him. And at the end of his life, he died at 88. At the end of his life, when he was like 83, we reconnected. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. And so if you have the opportunity to reconnect with your daughter and just say your piece, that you love her and you wish it was different and that you're always here moving forward, that's a huge gift for her.
No, but, like I said, I've tried. And I think that people at times think I'm an insensitive guy, and I want to just clear the air that 1994, 5, and 6 was some of the toughest years of my life. Never mind going to jail. Never mind my mom dying. Never mind just being confused for fucking 10 years of your life. Just, it was so tough. And I thought that if I walked away and did something with my life, because I wasn't winning, and I was never going to win at the pace I was going. I was eventually going to do something and end up in jail. And I knew the direction I was going. And I walked away. But the whole time, I had made myself a promise that if I watch it grow from a distance and I'm not involved in her life 24/7, I have to make sure I do something with my life. I have to make sure that when I see her again, that I'll say, listen, we were apart for 20 years, but this is what I did in the last 20 years. Your life wasn't in vain. I just didn't go away and forget about you. I did all these things to let you know that I was working towards this meeting, When I stopped seeing my daughter, I had nothing, Tanya. I had whatever I made doing comedy, I paid her and the attorney, and I shoplifted to take her to lunch and shit like that on Wednesdays and Sundays. It was a horrible life, Tanya, but I made it work. I made it fucking work. And then the opportunity arose with comedy, and I jumped on it. And I still tried to keep in touch. I did the best I could, but I had forces outside of me that were working against me, her mother. And today, look, I don't talk to her. It's been a couple of years, but everything's been paid off. My commitment's been still there, Over the years, I sent stuff that was extra. I sent teddy bears, and I'm sure she never got them. I mean, Tanya, the story goes for, forever. We could sit here for hours, but I just wanted everybody to know, and I appreciate what you were trying to do in that last conversation we had. And I'm going to reach out. I'm going to reach out when the time is right, when I get a hold of her, and right now I'm just enjoying mercy and trying to get a second chance,
Well, you above anybody deserve that second chance. And anyone who knows you, Coco, even just a little bit, they know that you always do the right thing. So I have no doubt that you are only supported and loved in this whole scenario with your first daughter, and know that we all love you and support you, and it's going to happen the way it's supposed to happen.
If you know anything about me, it would be my dream to have them both at a dinner table with me. You know what I'm saying? Both of them.
Yeah.
And one could tell the other one, or the one could tell, that would be a dream come true with my wife. But, and I would love to even talk to my ex-wife, but I don't think I could. That's one conversation I don't think I could, because it's that, like I told you, it's that painful. It wasn't just a divorce. They were trying to cut my legs off. And I'm a bad person at times.
And there's no reason for that.
Yeah, there was no reason for that. And I've done a lot of bad things, but not enough to cut my legs off like that. It was just a cold-blooded thing that I would never even do to her. And afterward, I did some things that I regret today. I regret them today as a man. But you make your mistakes and you move on, And I'm happy you called, Tanya, and I'm happy that you're in my life. And I'm happy that we talk, and you're a fucking savior. Your warmth and your webpage, and I check on you from time to time. I like on your little Facebook page there, and I see that you're fucking hustling. You want to sell what you got, and you got something good to sell.
Well, I appreciate that. I really feel like after 25 years of practicing, I feel like I do have some good advice to offer. And I love doing it one-to-one with my patients. That's very fulfilling, and I still do that. But like I look online and I've reached, like 15,000 people with an article. And I think if I just change one of those people's lives for the better, if they made one better decision because I said something, it makes me feel really good. I mean, there's so many things working against us in health. We get crappy food and crappy water and crappy air, and we're working ourselves to death and not sleeping. And if one thing I say can change someone's life for the better, then that's what makes it worthwhile for me. I really am humbled to have the opportunity to help someone make a better health decision, for sure.
It's amazing how many times I've known in life that I've had to make a decision about something, and I've read somebody's article that I don't even know. I knew my best friend is a jiu-jitsu fucking master. I got 20 friends that's all they do. And I took an article by Stephen Kepling, a guy online, about jiu-jitsu, about beginning jiu-jitsu that made me join. I was just telling Lee, 6 years ago when I made the constant decision to get healthy, I was doing all this stuff at the gym and cutting my diet. I didn't know what to do, and I was frustrated because in 6 months I had lost 3 pounds. And one day some guy wrote an article about dieting is what you do to lose weight. Like it's not all about working out. Just that little simple article changed everything. It made me join Weight Watchers. So I know that what you're doing helps people. It's like twisting a jar and it doesn't open, and all of a sudden somebody comes along and just twists it for you. Some little kid does it. That's what you do with your writing sometimes. So I'm happy that you're doing that, Tanya.
I appreciate that. We got to get you and Lee. What's the missing link in your diets? What do you think? What can I help you clean up in your diets that you think is, that you're messing up with, that I can give you some advice on?
I was talking to a gentleman at the gym, at Justin Fortune's gym, and he goes, listen, Joey, after 50, a glass of water puts weight on you. He goes, you really got to watch the sweets, and you really got to watch this and this, and now, and I'm not blaming nobody. It's me. It's me, the one that eats the cheese doodles. It's me that, I stopped eating bread, but I eat the wheat bread, and my wife buys cold cuts. So I'll still make a cheese sandwich with mustard late at night, I'm not eating ice cream or cakes or stuff like that. I'm not going to restaurants and eating. It's little things, little adjustments I need to make. That's it. And I just realized.
Well, what's really scary, Coco, is that 80% of the food in the grocery store, and I'm not talking dessert. Like, let's forget about ice cream, cookies, cakes. That's not included in this. 80% of the food has sugar in it. That doesn't need sugar. So we're talking pasta sauce, marinades, salad dressings. Everything has sugar in it. And sugar is really, I believe, the one thing that's in our foods that makes us fat. So you have to read every frickin' label. Obviously, get rid of the soda, get rid of the cakes, cookies, ice creams. But you have to read things. Like, can you imagine 80% of the items in the grocery store have sugar in them that don't need it? And so it's, number one, it's addictive. Number two, it's what makes you fat, because your body, sugar goes, without getting too complicated and technical, basically when you have too much sugar, it goes right to fat. So sugar's in bread, sugar's even in wheat bread, there's sugar. So you're better off, instead of eating a cheese sandwich, eat cheese. To heck with the bread.
It's just amazing. And you know what? I go in front of the house and I work out and I walk, and I really try to stay on this. It's amazing. I haven't had nothing but water and tea for the last 6 days straight. I think the other day I was on a plane and I asked the lady for a Diet Coke just for a change. I said, let me get a fucking Diet Coke or something. But besides that, it's always water and tea lately, just because that's it. So it's not like I'm not trying, so it gets frustrating.
No, Coco, I know you're trying. Every time I talk to you, coming back from Tai Chi and acupuncture and kettlebells, I know that you are definitely working, but there's clearly a missing link if the numbers are not going in the right direction. So maybe my advice to you and Lee and your listeners is to really just read every label. And if it says sugar, like in the first 5 ingredients, and sugar is high fructose corn syrup, it's cane syrup, it's maltose. I mean, I have articles on that on my website. There's like 28 names for sugar. So they mess with you. Because if it said sugar, you'd know to avoid it. But when it says like maltodextrin, you don't think it's sugar, but it is. So they screw with you a lot. I just watched the movie Fed Up. Katie Couric, the girl from the news, she directed and produced a movie called Fed Up, and it's about the sugar industry. I have to say, it's a little technical, but it's really good, and it shows you how messed up our country is. That there are political reasons why there's sugar in everything, because the sugar lobbyists, they like to sell it to us, So that's a good movie to check out, and might help you to understand, maybe why you're not dropping the weight as quickly as you'd like. So you can get it. I think you can get it online, but I know it's in theaters now. Fed Up. So you might want to check that out.
Even the edibles I eat, I look at the labels with the edibles, and I tell them at the weed store to tell the fucking people to make edibles with no sugar in them, because there's a lot of edibles for diabetics. I mean they've even gone that far. Chiba Chew is 60 calories. So this ain't killing you. This 60 calories don't kill. That's 1 point at Weight Watchers. You get 44 of those in a day, and an extra 35 of them on a Sunday. So 1 point a day, even if you eat one of these a day, it's 7 fucking points. It's not going to kill you. So I don't know what it is, and it's been fucking killing me. I'm big, and I go to jiu-jitsu. And listen, no matter how much I stop smoking and I do cardio, it's 300 fucking pounds. It's 300 pounds every time you fucking make a move, There's times I have to pick the cat litter up for my wife, and they're each like 60 pounds or something, and I go, wow, this is what I used to put on my body. This definitely has to fuck my heart, So what I really want to do is...
and not only your heart, your joints. I mean, think about it. Like, even if you're thin and you carry around a 15-pound bag of potatoes, that's, it's heavy. You go, geez, you put on 15 pounds in the blink of an eye. I mean, that's a lot of stress on your body.
Blink of a fucking eye. So I'm going to try to get out of the 300 club, get down to 299, then go to work from there. Go down to 270, go down to 265. Just work it very slowly, just Weight Watcher style. Just take a little bit off. I'm going to try to really write everything down. I got a notebook, a master notebook the other day, and I'm starting to write everything down. And it's helped. It's really helped a lot. So that's my next step.
And read the labels. Seriously, read the labels, Coco, because you'll be surprised. Sugar's in everything. So if you have, and I'm not saying buy sugar-free bullshit with the fake sugar in it. Don't stay away from the artificial sweeteners. Just buy stuff that's not processed. Buy stuff that doesn't have a label. You eat an apple, you don't need to eat applesauce with sugar in it. Eat real food.
That's why I love you, Tanya. I'll give you a call this weekend. I'm happy you got the call.
I would love to talk to you. Hey, can I ask your listeners, check me out again on Facebook. It's Ask Dr. Tanya, AskDrTania. If you like what you see, click the like button. We'd love to have you come back. Your readers are the bomb. Your listeners are the bomb. They always write in and say nice things about me. I appreciate it.
They're very health conscious people. There's a couple of them that are chubby that are trying to make the same move we're making. So as long as they learn something, Tanya, everybody's fucking happy. I love you.
Love you too, Coco. Thanks for having me back. Bye, Lee.
Thank you, Mama. Have a great week.
You too. Bye-bye.
What's up, Lee? Why are you sitting there all depressed and shit?
I'm not depressed at all.
You're stoned to the gills again.
Fucked
up. Chibo Chew, that fucking
they put extra in their first batch. So we were gone for a while. Let's give them a little bit of extra.
You look good, though. I'm happy. You're looking good. You got red today. You got stoned, and it was perfect. The fucking Girl Scout cookie took you right into the Chibo Chew. Who's better than me? Who takes care of you like Uncle fucking Joe?
Pretty soon, you're gonna be walking around in in a tuxedo. They have the wine people at restaurants.
Like I told Dr. Pat or Miss Pat, or I told you the other day, I'm no fucking Jim Jam Jew. You know what I'm saying?
What's that mean?
Jim Jam Jew. I'm no fucking genius. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about nothing. I know about fucking...
who is this Jim Jam?
I know what I fucking did for 30 years. I was a loser, dog. I did drugs for 30 fucking years. Oh. So all these drug counselors, they can suck my dick. You want the master mix? Look at Lee. He's chilling like a fucking doctor. Lee, if you close your eyes right now and thought for 2 minutes beside the sound of the construction, you'd think you're in fucking Bermuda. You think you're sitting there, laying there with the sun, somebody's licking your nuts. How good do you feel right now?
This is better than the fucking half a cookie.
I told you. Who's the Captain Kirk of the fucking enterprise? I gave you the half a cookie to take you outside of your realm. Sometimes you got to go on the deep end and swim around. But today, where are you? You're in 4 feet of water. Nothing could happen to you. You're like a fucking doctor.
This is nice.
That's what the best thing about Mondays are. You're a fucking doctor.
Fucking.
That's all I'm trying to tell you. All these drug counselors, I can figure out the problem for you. You got a coke problem, you hit me up. You got an H problem, you hit me the fuck up. We'll get you fucking clean and sober. You'll still be addicted, but maybe it'll be a Chiba Chew. It's a lot better than putting a needle in your fucking arm every week. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Can you fucking imagine?
So what did you think? Because this is gonna come out after the Miss Pat one. When she said she never used it, is that surprising to you? Like, how can you be around something like with you who got hooked on it? Like, how did that affect you?
Listen, brother, we're psychopaths. Let's get this down. I'm a fucking psychopath, okay? Mm-hmm. We're nice people, we're all humans, but you got to break yourself up. And in that craziness, we do certain things. I snorted coke 364 days of the year. The only day I took off was New Year's Eve. You'd think that was my biggest day.
Yeah.
But for some fucking reason, I didn't fucking work on New Year's. I didn't snort coke on New Year's fucking day, okay?
Okay.
New Year's Eve, whatever the fuck. I had little quirks, you know? Listen, man, I broke into people's houses. I sold my soul. You know, I robbed drug dealers. Some kid hit me up the other day. He goes, I hope you raise your daughter better than they raised you and robbing people's hard-earned money. No, I never robbed nobody's hard-earned money, you fucking jerk off. I robbed drug dealers. Once you go into that realm, or anything that goes in with that realm is fucking legit. I'm writing a book the other day, and I was writing a description of who I was in 1984. And I was a loser, but my hobby was drugs and everything that came with it.
She even said that she expects to get robbed. Like,
it's drugs and everything that comes with it, my friend. I never busted into a guy's like Lee's house and took his computer and pawned it. I didn't know nothing about that shit. That's that, you know. I felt bad. That was my thing. I would feel bad if I had to rob Lee. You know what I'm saying? Even though I kidnapped Bella that time, there was a lot of things I wouldn't do. You know, all those years, I never robbed a car. I always thought robbing a car was the dumbest fucking thing in the world because you're in it. I can't get out of that mess. I'm in the fucking car. With a check or a weapon, I could throw it down a fucking thing and buy me 8 hours of time. And even if they find it, you could argue it wasn't in your pocket. With a car, I got no fucking argument.
Right.
I'm in it.
Fuck.
So you got to remember there's certain things that people will do and certain things that they won't do. You know, hey, listen, man, I never did sexual tricks for fucking drugs. The drug didn't push me to that. I wasn't like Martin Downey Jr. in that one movie that he did about drugs when he plays you never seen the movie from '87. That's his best part of all time, Robert Downey. He plays a junkie kid.
Okay.
That's his best fucking movie. And he's drooling and he has to suck guys' dicks for coke. Nah, I don't know nothing about that fucking.
Oh, I know you never went that far,
no,
bro.
I don't know that world. You do certain things and you have limitations. And listen, I never really thought I would kidnap somebody. The day I did it, I had limitations. The day I did it, that type of deal, I went to prison. And let me tell you something, guys, and I'm not going to lie to nobody here. I got in trouble in '88. And '93, I did another drug rip with some friends of mine, and it scared the shit out of me. Like, I couldn't believe I was there again. And I remember getting to the car and going, if I make it home, I'm done. And I think 2 months after that, I went back to Colorado to raise Jackie. That's a true story that I've never told to anybody on the podcast or anything.
No, I've never heard that.
No, I did another drug rip with some guys in New York, and it was so fucking scary. And I got no reason to lie to you guys. I was 3 minutes from shitting my pants and having a heart attack. But it wasn't that I was fear from being there robbing these guys. It was the fear that I couldn't believe I was putting myself back in this position again.
Yeah.
I could not fucking believe that after the time, and I was letting society beat me. And that was one thing at that time that I swore I would not let society beat me again. That if I did blow, I'd do it under the radar. But this guy was one of my goombas. He was one of my friends. And I knew that, you know, when he came to me, I couldn't say no. And I avoided him. I thought he was fucking with me because he was fucked up like me. But thank God it all worked out, and I moved on. And I never put a weapon in my hand again. I never wanted that stuff in my life again, man. So it just fucking hurts me talking about it because it was the most foolish mistake of my life, man.
Yeah, I mean, you must. Was it like? Did you almost get caught or like?
No, it wasn't even close. We kicked down the door. They were all in the living room. We made them get down. He went through it. I didn't have to go through anything. I didn't go through anybody's pockets. I just sat there with a gun in my hand. If anybody made a move. You want to talk about fear? You want to talk about being fucking scared, guys?
Just praying that nobody moves?
Praying, because you might not be scared to shoot them, or you're that stupid and you do shoot them. And these guys laid there. It took fucking 4 minutes, but it felt like a half hour. And I remember running down those fucking stairs, and all I wanted to do was get rid of that fucking gun. That's all I wanted to fucking do, was get rid of that fucking gun, man. And I remember getting in the car and putting the gun and telling him to drop me off. And him going, why? And I made up a story right there in the car. Because what if they call the cops and they're looking for fucking 4 guys? Let's break it down. Somebody else take a fucking train, too. And I made them drop me off 178th, and that was the end of that. I had maybe, like how I didn't have an aneurysm on the bus ride over that fucking bridge back to New Jersey. I'll never figure out. I'll never fucking figure out.
You talk a lot about how like being a friend is important, and if you get in something, I'll support you, like that thing. But like I don't know the story, so I don't know which friend it is. But like when you like after that's done, do you get pissed off that your friend who knows you just got out of jail for it would put you in that situation? Because that pisses me off.
I get pissed off at my loyalty. I got pissed off at my loyalty. You know, I got pissed off for putting myself in that situation. It wasn't his fault. I could have been the bigger man, but I also know what I went through with that kid. Mm-hmm. I also know what he went through with me, you know, and I couldn't say no. What if he had gone and I didn't go and he got shot? You understand me, dog? So
yeah.
In my mind, there were so many stupid fucking things. I still love that person till today. I love him. I'll love him till the end of time. He was my brother. He was a criminal, but guess what? He gave me rides to comedy gigs. I don't know a lot of fucking regular people that give fucking people rides to comedy gigs when I'm getting no fucking money.
Right.
So because of that, that's why I did it. Because there was many times I called him and said, hey, dog, I ain't got a dime and I'm stuck here. And he'd go, where you at? Walk to this corner. I'll be there in 15 fucking minutes. You know, so you have to understand. I knew him, you know, at the time I was maybe 30.
Yeah.
And I knew him 15 of those years. It wasn't like some guy I bumped into on the street. I knew where he came from. I knew where his house was. I knew where his heart was. And I knew that if the tables were turned around, he'd shoot a motherfucker for me in a New York minute.
And it's crazy because, like...
And knowing that puts this pride and this love in your heart.
Can't even...
But also knowing that I could have done 15 to 20 years for him puts a weird
right
feeling
after you
in your
got
heart.
out.
No, it was... let's say I got out in 89. This was either 93 or 94. 93.
And then, like, just last night, you were like, why? Like, I was telling Miss Pat, I can't, none of this, I can't relate to any of this. So it's not judgment, but it's like, fucking, like, when you said, like, what if he went and he got shot when I wasn't there? Like, I can't imagine getting into this, like, okay, I get addicted. If I had to rob somebody to get cheeseburgers, I wouldn't have cheeseburgers anymore. I can't be that addicted, but then getting into it and like, okay, we can make a little money if we sell what we have. Okay, we can make more money if we go and rob this guy. I'm like, fuck, I can't imagine carrying a gun.
Lee, I wasn't addicted to the coke. I was addicted to the danger.
Oh,
I was addicted to everything that came with it. I was addicted to knowing that at any time somebody could be looking for me.
That sounds terrible.
You don't want to fucking ever pull a gun. If I'm sit here and tell you people that I wanted to pull a gun on people all my life, I'm fucking lying to you. I pray to God I'd have to fucking pull that gun. But just knowing that it's there. Knowing that it's fucking there. That whole lifestyle comes with so much drama. But then again, it comes with so much laughter and so much craziness. Like I sit here sometimes now and just fucking laugh because everything else means nothing now. I used to walk into a room with guns and try to put you together to give me fucking 2 ounces of coke and walk out of there. Now,
Jesus.
I walk into rooms to do auditions and I convince you to fucking give me a role in your stupid movie or your stupid fucking TV show.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? What have I learned? It's that, guys, it's been a fucking hell of a ride, man. You want to judge somebody, you fucking want to judge them. Hey, I'm no fucking top-notch fucking comic. I'll let him in whatever. But like I told you motherfuckers, I knew that if I talked to you guys and told you where my heart was, you'd understand. This is why this is great what we do. And people come out and people email us and we have a great time because people understand, man. So what? I made mistakes. So what? Mrs. Pat made mistakes. We all fucking made mistakes. Now we live a great life and we're telling people. I'm telling you, Lee. I told you something today I haven't told nobody. Nobody. That I felt fucking horrible about for 30 fucking years. And I didn't plan on telling you this today. I didn't plan on this. This just came out of my heart today, you know. So thank you for understanding.
What do you think about looking back at it? Like, looking back at the actions now, are you like, that's fucking crazy? Like, I can't imagine.
There's no looking back. I just giggle. I just fucking giggle. I'm happy.
How do you think it, like, maybe it's because I'm high, but like, you grew up like in a pretty middle class town, and there's some towns like even let's just say your town and my town. We're only 6 hours apart. We're not that different. how can people grow up so close to each other, and your life is fucking robbing coke dealers, and I could never hold a gun. I could hold a gun, but I could never. I was always worried if I put it in my pocket or holster. I never trusted the safety, so I was like, I'm gonna shoot myself. But like, how did two people, like not even like America and Iraq, like two people in the same zip code can grow up totally different lives?
It's the energy.
It's fucking crazy.
It's amazing who you really are when you're like 7 or 8, or even 10 or 11 or 12. Those are your common core beliefs. When you're 12, you know when a kid is 13, you're like, what are you gonna be? I'm gonna be a cop, and he's kind of goofy or whatever. But you have common little beliefs then, and I have those beliefs again. After I stopped doing drugs and started, I got my beliefs back, and I realized I couldn't carry a gun. That's how I knew I wasn't. It's not that I was crazy, because if I was still crazy, I'd carry a gun. It was just a weakness in my heart at the time. It was just you get these holes in your fucking heart from time to time, and you have to fill them. And once you fill them all, then you can move forward. I wasn't prepared to move forward. I had all these holes in my game, man. And that was one of them. That was one of them. Robbing drug dealers. That was one of them. Doing drugs. That was one of them. All those years, the people I was hanging out with were my friends. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of people in that core that were my fucking blood. They were my blood. So I want you to understand that I was with family. When I was in Colorado doing that dumb shit, I was with Jimmy Burkle a lot of times. So I had blood in the area, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying.
Fuck.
On it, you bad motherfuckers. I can't say enough good things about On It. I can't say enough good things about him. I feel great when I could tell the difference now when I don't use the Shroom Tech Sport and when I use it. Sometimes when I go to jiu-jitsu or the kettlebells or the epileptical, I take 1 aspirin and 2 fucking On-Its, and sometimes I just take the baby aspirin and go. I could feel the difference. Shroom Tech, if you're looking to get into something, you're looking for more cardio, you're looking for not that energy thing you get from your fucking energy drinks, then it drops. I'm talking about after the 30-minute drop of rolling or lifting or doing the epileptical, those last 20 minutes, because your body doesn't start burning fat till 20 minutes or 18 to 20 minutes. After that time, you have another 20 minutes. After that 40 minutes, where are you going? Are you tired? Do you have more energy? Try the Shroom Tech Sport. If it works for a 300 fucking pound guy and an epileptical past 40 minutes, it'll fucking definitely work for you. Not only that, they got Alpha Brain, they got fucking kettlebells, they got ropes, they've got instructional fucking DVDs, they've got wrists for your kettlebells, so if you do kettlebells, you don't hurt your wrist. But I specialize the most in their nutrients. All that stuff is fucking tremendous for you. The turnaround, the hemp force protein powder, I cannot say greater things about. I hate the taste of fucking protein, but the chocolate from fucking On It is fucking delicioso, cocksuckers. Go to On It. What are they pressing the box?
They press Church.
Church, CHURCH. Try them out. You get 10% off. You get put on the mailing list. While we're not fucking around, one thing I do have at the house, and I do eat from time to time, very low calorie, all natural, not that much sugar, naturesbox.com. You get 50% off your first order. Order it for Father's Day. Trust me, dads will like this shit. What do you got to lose? Take a chance. Columbus did, right or wrong. Order it. Get the sesame sticks. The fucking black and white granola. I can't wait to get it again. The black and white granola was so fucking delicious. My wife and the baby were eating it. The apple figs, delicious. The cocoa almonds, delicious. Do me a favor. Go to naturesbox.com. Read what they're about. Read the nutrients. Read what the fuck they do and what their mission is. From there, order. I'm telling you, the first time, 50% off. 50% off the first order. If you want to order from there, you do what you want to do. If you don't, go back to potato chips. I don't give a fuck. But try these things. You're going to love it. What's the code?
Joey.
Go to joeydiaz.net. Go to Nature's Box and press
Joey.
Boom. JOEY. Get 50% off your first order. Do you understand me? I ain't fucking around with you. Also, again, I want to congratulate these people up there that nailed their life. They're putting posters of the baby up every day on Facebook. The baby is fucking adorable. He had a Batman cape on and a Superman cape on. I love you guys up there. David, I love you motherfuckers, what you're doing. Whether it's those Gummies Hermanos, whether it's the vapor pen from fucking Death. It's one of the best vapor pens on the market. When you mention Joey Diaz, you get what?
20% off.
Are you kidding me or what? Where do they get this discount at?
NailedItLife.com.
They ain't fucking around. Tremendous vapor pen. It either burns the oil or the motherfucking wax. for all you motherfuckers that want to see the devil full time.
Who doesn't?
Also, escapepodtank.com. I'm giving these guys an extra fucking shout out this week because they are the fucking masters of what they do. I'm getting emails from people going, Joey, you know what? I haven't bought a tank yet, but I looked into it. I could save fucking $4,200. I could do this. I could do that. They're a tremendous fucking company with tremendous customer service. You contact fucking, what's his name? Jeremy on the 800 line. Bam! He answers the phone. Good morning, this is Jeremy. How can I help you? He'll answer all your questions. They'll ship it to you direct. They have financing available. If you order just the tank model, you got $150 off. If you mention Joey Coco Diaz, the podcast, Flying Jews, black women with big asses, boom, they'll give you an additional 250% off. You can't lose.
Dollars.
Huh?
They can't give 250% off.
No, $250. I'm sorry. I'm a little fucked up. It's 6 in the morning. You know what
That'd
I'm
be a
saying?
great deal. Call Jeremy. Maybe you can figure out a way to get
Jeremy's a good fucking dude. Call him up on the 800 line. If you have any questions about flotation tanks, shipping, handling, people building it, building the box for you, because he has residential, commercial, industrial. Don't write this guy out. Let's say you have a tanning salon. Take a chance. Put a fucking thing in there. What do you got to lose? Let's say you have a fucking massage parlor. You got women sucking dick. Think about it. After somebody sucks your dick, you put them in a flotation tank. They'll be back the following week with a finger up the ass and a fuck. I'm just dropping ideas to you. Let's say you do. Let's say you're a dick sucker and you're home and you're sucking dick and giving a massage. Call Jeremy. Get a flotation tank. You throw the fucking victims in the flotation tank afterwards. Let them get their head together. Nobody does that. That's the extra step if you're going to be a professional.
Maybe they can figure out a way to give you your colonoscopy in a tank.
Let me ask you something. When was the last time I hit you in the head with a fucking... Where's my song today? It's Monday, cocksucker. Little Tony Bennett. I want to be around out of respect. I love you guys. I ain't going nowhere. We're just playing some music here for you. Having a good time on the church today. It's Monday, the 9th of June, you bad motherfuckers. Are you fucking kidding me or what? It's time for a vape.
So
it's Monday. Well, you got nothing after this. You got nothing to pack. All you got to do is take a walk right from here.
I got DirecTV.
What time?
Between 8 and noon. No, 12 to 4.
12 to 4. Cut it out. You got to know where to go. Put the music on. Do a vape. What's that? What is that? A little girl vape?
I almost died.
No. Do the fucking vape. You hold it in your mouth. I saw it. You gotta. I want to see it expand in your lungs and your belly. Push it and then go slow. That's a boy. Hold it in there. There you go. One more for the communists. What the fuck? Listen, look at the fucking shape of you. Let's see if the puzzle fits, you bad motherfuckers. Monday, get it together. Wash your feet. Clean your asshole. You don't want to be out there stinking up the fucking joint. Then you wonder why you got no friends. Are you kidding me or what? Turn that off, cocksucker.
I'm never kidding you.
It's a beautiful day to be alive. So we did Man Pat last night, Miss Pat, and then you got Tanya today. We did our thing. We won't see you till next fucking Monday now, cocksuckers. That's how I roll. Maybe we'll do something Wednesday. I don't know. See how the Jew feels.
Okay, we'll see how the Jew feels.
Look at this shape of you. I was telling you guys a couple weeks on a live podcast, if you listened to the last one from the Ice House, was it Rick Shapiro? Oh, no, it was Ari Shafir.
Yeah.
It was Ari Shafir that I always felt Lawrence Fishburne was the best fucking black actor. And I wanted to prove my point this morning. You can't watch it unless you're watching it live. You could see it. You could hear it. This is the opening scene from The King of New York. A little gift for you motherfuckers on Monday.
If you want to watch it with us, I mean, not if you're watching live, but if you're listening, just pause it and go to, it's called King of New York Intro Drug Deal Uncut, and I'm going to start it at 21 seconds.
All right, guys? Check this fucking shit out, all right? I love you guys. See you next Monday. Please stay black. Do what the fuck you want to do. Grab your balls. It's Monday. Tell them all to suck your dick. It's your fucking world, all right? No, plug the thing on.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
Oh boy, what's up? What's taking so long, man?
Who's he talking to?
It's gonna take a few minutes, right?
The crazy eyed
man.
guy.
We got to get busy. Why don't you
The
do
guy
what you
from
got to do
Boardwalk
so we can
Empire.
get
That's
busy,
his
all
new
right?
scene. So it's Lawrence Fishburne,
Calm down, all right? Relax.
Yo, I'm sure you had to do
and
this.
he's
I'm sure
weighing
you had
out
to
the
test
coke.
this.
The guy
Like
from
that.
Boardwalk.
Hecho bien Paraguay. 100% puro.
Right. It's dope. It's dope, Tito. Yo, man, you ever get the feeling you was being watched? Damn. You got any soda, man? Like some root beer or something? I hurt my leg playing ball, man. I got these aspirins I want to take. You know? Yo, what the fuck is he? Yo, man, tell him to turn this shit off. What kind of help you got, man? Watching cartoons? Tell my man to turn the TV off and get me a soda. Un Coca-Cola, por favor, please.
Nada, búsquele una Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and make sure it's cold. I like my shit cold, man, especially when I'm playing ball, man. You play ball, Tito? No, you don't look like you play no ball, but yo, nice gloves, though, man. I like those.
You jump.
Yeah, what's up?
Now maybe you satisfied. Transportation costs. I got expenses. Yo, fuck the fucking grade. That's that price. No one else ever talks to you, goddamn motherfucker. It's not taking it either. Why you wanna talk to me like that, man? Happy birthday, Negrito.
You in power, Tito. You in power. You the king, Tito. Where's my soda? ¡Apresurate, motherfucker! The fuck is this? They put a bullet hole, puta.
Tremendous
Service, motherfuckers!
room service, motherfuckers. So if you're bored and you want to see a real fucking movie this weekend on your own, just watch King of New York for a little while and watch Lawrence Fishburne's acting.
He looks so fucking young. He's like Will Smith.
He's fucking badass in this. And you got the Wesley Snipes is in this. You got Red Dog is in this, the guy from CSI Miami. You've got tremendous actors in this. A couple character actors you might see. Great fucking movie. Christopher Walken, tremendous. The attorney is badass. She looks a little like Felicia, the attorney in this movie.
Really?
A little bit like Felicia, yeah. So watch the movie. There you go. You got a complete podcast for you. You got a whole week to fucking meditate on these things. We got Miss Pat. We got Today's. We got fucking Robles. We got Gabriel. We love you motherfuckers, all right? Have a great week. Stay black. Don't let nobody fuck with you. Don't let nobody fuck with you, all right? You got a dream. Fuck them all. Tell them to suck your dick. You're the baddest motherfucker in the room when you walk in. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. Strap a fucking pair on, cocksuckers. It's Monday. You're taking somebody fucking down today. Drop it, Lee.
Now that the show is over, remember to go to naturebox.com and order great tasting healthy snacks at 50% off.
50, cocksuckers. Now, today.
Snacks smart in the new year with healthy and delicious treats like everything bagel chips and sriracha cashews. Support this podcast and get 50% off of your first order. Go to naturebox.com, promo code Joey. That's naturebox.com, promo code Joey. Go to naileditlife.com to get the premier vapor pen on the market. Mention Joey Diaz and get 20% off. Go to escapepodtank.com and call Jeremy at the 800 number, and he'll save you $250 off of a flotation tank. And thank you to Onnit.com for all of your brain supplements and battle ropes and all that
I'm gonna
crazy.
choke you, one of them cocksucker. Play the music, will you?
I was proud of myself. I did most of it on top of my head.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Are you kidding me or what? Have a great day, motherfuckers. It's all about you at the end of the